Check it out. We talked about that. You have your knife out. Could have technically gotten pixel peek there, but that's okay. They would have had to yeet through your slow. This is obvious now. You know what's about to happen, which you tell right there. You know. Boom. You weren't swinging. You were actually holding an angle, but clearly he wasn't ready. Oh! I still like it. Ducky supplied me with, so I was asking you guys for some footage so I could go through your guys' gameplay and maybe do some critiquing. This is just going to give me a different perspective, see other people a little bit lower ranking too than my accounts that I play on, so it'll help me, it'll give me different spots that I'll be able to see, including Ducky's perspective as well as all his teammates, that we can try to find for spots for improvements, and we're going to talk about what they do, what I think would be good, you know, in each round we'll try to do that. Peculiar boast, but alas. These are pretty solid teams. I would say these are pretty meta solid teams. Just first and foremost, I don't truly believe that it like actually matters what you have on your team. It just comes down to honestly at the end of the day hitting the headshots and owning. First and foremost, I will notice that you guys aren't even talking to begin with. I do think that like when you want to go up in rank, you do want to like just be talking with each other, like what, like how. Try to get into the mindset of how your teammates play. Are they aggressive? Are they passive?
How you doing?
Do they know to fall back and play with each other?
Fine, and you?
Doing pretty good. You sound beautiful, by the way.
Trying to get any sort of chemistry you can with your teammates before so you can play off them better. It's weird, dude.
I don't like playing the ghost. 1A archers.
Okay. So now that you're, so by you peeking early right here, they know exactly where you are. So that's kind of a rough spot. Okay, I'm cool with that. You actually got more out of your, you got a lot of value out of your spot. I didn't mind the jiggle at the start, but you playing that specific spot and your other homie was put in the doorway here. If you jiggle that and they know exactly where you are, you could be isolated so hard that you're in a one and done spot, right? Like you're gonna have a tough time getting more than one frag in that specific spot because you jiggled for the information. They saw where you were, as well as you getting the information. They were getting the information where you were, and you could be hard cleared and just like owned, surrounded. What your teammates are doing right here, I'm not a big fan. I've talked about this. It's a 2v1 right now. The 2v1, and they're both playing separate angles. They're playing completely separate angles, which means they're giving the enemy team two 1v1s instead of a 2v1. We talk about this all the time. You'll hear me say it all the time. Don't give the enemy 1v1s when you have numbers. Once you have numbers, you want to make sure you guys are 2v1ing, you know? But we did end up getting the round, and we'll take it. Absolutely cool. What did you buy the first round? Did you buy actually nothing the first round? Second round. Okay. Another thing I've noticed. Second round. If you're gonna already be buying second round, you want full shields. You might as well go for your full armor here if you're trying to. I'm cool with the SMG buy. I don't really do it too much anymore. I've upgraded to the. I either use usually Ghost in full armor second round, or I use half armor with a Phantom or a Vandal. Most of the time. I just think that you have more value because now when you go into the next buy round or the next round, say you lived with this, you didn't get it, and nobody got any kill or whatever, you all got one kill and you lived with it. They're going to be coming out with Phantoms and Vandals, and you are going to be fighting with an SMG. So if they fight you at range, you're going to be having a rough time. Comms could be a little bit better here. I was just watching the mini-map, and I liked the rotation, knowing that he saw two as the homie got a double. You didn't see Spike yet, but he already rotated. I'm cool with that because you already have numbers. So if you're just playing with your team after you get numbers, that's the goal. This is like just kind of like a wipe round. It seems everybody's kind of doing well. I do notice though at this rank, there's not a lot of calming. I am listening. You are calming. I think Ducky is actually calming a lot, but his teammates are giving him nothing. Again, this is one of those weird rounds where you should be upgrading your armor because there's no reason to not have 150. And you are now facing Vandals, Phantoms, possibly a Glass Cannon Opper with a Spectre, so this could be weird. You want to play a closer angle if you could with an SMG. You don't want to play that same back spot unless you are letting them walk on you. I think the best spot you could play right now off your teammate would be close. You play close, and then you peek off of, he peeks off of your contact. would be the best thing. That's, again, the importance of communicating. I spend a lot of the time watching the minimap in spots where it's not good. I've died looking at the minimap. You guys have all, we've all been there. It's gonna happen. But to reduce that, that's where communication comes up. What's up, Duality? Good to see you. Communication is going to let you focus on your crosshair and focus on your atmosphere in front of you and what your value is in the round, instead of having to figure out where your most value is by staring at the minimap. Again, that causes timings where you could be looking at that minimap for a split second. You didn't get the full comms for where everybody was. You get peeked, you're dead, you had no chance. So comms, comms, comms. I cannot stress how important comms are.
That raises me. All right,
I do like that you and this homie are just staying next to each other. That's fine. Seems very like you guys are playing together. You guys are going different routes this way. Everybody just played a 1v1 angle on your team, but everybody won their 1v1. So this was kind of a weird round. Definitely a very weird round.
10 seconds.
Probably you guys should have lost this round realistically if the enemy team was playing it a little bit more as a team together. They had numbers. They had almost a site. But they decided to have one person push the site, one person push CT, and one person was pushing mid to get market control. No. All they had to do after they get numbers is all of them can go B main together, and then they can just hold down a site. And they're minimally going to get a plant, get their team more money, and get them rolling. You did get to upgrade your weapons, so you're stacked on the cash because you didn't have to upgrade your Spectre. You also didn't buy your heavy shields both times, which I think if you're winning second or first round and going into second round, you really do want to get heavy armor unless you're light armor vandaling or phantoming. Otherwise, always get that extra health pool. It's literally health pool, remember, getting that. Watch the minimap more than the game. Almost Ducky says, then that's not a bad thing. So right there, by the way, you could tell that somebody was there without knowing because I was watching the minimap and I saw part of his wall actually get knocked away. All of his wall was there except for one of the cubes you could see on the minimap was gone, which means that they were killing the wall, right? This is just really weird that you're not getting many comms and everybody's just kind of like playing for info. I'm noticing that everybody on your team is literally pushing almost everything and playing for info mid, pushing B main. And eventually you should get, if the enemy team is counter-stratting well enough, they should be holding a default, letting you guys come to you, getting the pick. So say they just hold outside B main, let your guys, let your team push through, they get the kills, they just run into B for free, and they would be able to counter it and probably get a round or two on the board. But so far, all of your teammates have been winning their 1v1s, and it's just weird. There's just not a lot of comms, man, and everybody's just playing well. Everybody's winning their 1v1s, though. We've talked about this all the time. So we saw one was tiles. I'm trying to, like, pretend that I'm playing for Ducky this round. So what I'm going to do is I'm pretending I'm playing for Ducky this round. Now I'm looking at the minimap. Now I'm looking back at my crosshair. I know I'm going to be peeked out. Crosshairing. Minimap. Nope, back to crosshair. Staring at it. I would comm that there's a smoke here and that the dude is TPing into his smoke. 100% the dude TP'd into his smoke. What I would have done is after you heard that the dude was TPing into smoke, you jump down and you push him the second you hear it. We do get one through the smoke. That's awesome. We get the info. The other two are mid. We actually could just probably stick this and win this round. You also, if you wanted to like guarantee the win, you could have stuck it, or you could have maybe walled either side and then stuck it. But because you could just stare at the minimap and see that the other dudes were not even close, very good play, Ducky. Very good, very good. He was he was paying attention completely. That they just snuck a defuse and they didn't have a post plant set up. So I do like that you're playing off of an angle that Semi has been complimenting the person closest to you. That's another thing I'm noticing, Ducky. Even without calming it, and you guys are playing well. Everybody's playing well. You guys are kind of playing close to each other.
A.
Okay.
Sage.
You guys get the comms at A. Your homies are trying to push out. I like that you're reducing the angle. Those were really good peaks. Really good peaks. Okay, those were amazing. So that three piece was really good. We're gonna go over that real quick. One more thing, and I'm gonna say why it was so good.
A.
It gets the comm of A, doesn't force a death, doesn't try to force anything silly. He waits for the slow, this buys more time for his team to come in. What's up, Kenny? It's good to see you. Good to see you. What's up, Evan?
Sage.
I see you, homie. Good to see you too. So now on his repeak, notice how he doesn't immediately swing out. If he swings out, he doesn't know how many are on the other side of this wall that he's looking at. If he swings out, he's probably dead. So what he does is he steps back from the wall so he can make it so he can reduce the angle even more. So he's not going to hit, like, just if he's close to the wall and tries to peek like this, the first spot that he's peeking, he's going to be open to like all three that he would be trying to shoot, or the one he would be trying to shoot at would be open to all three. By stepping back from the wall, you'll notice he jiggles and just is slowly clearing each angle on the way up. So he's trying to force the 1v1s. And look at this. He actually can force the first 1v1 right here.
What's he doing?
Peeks out, gets the second one, and gets the third one. Just perfect reduction of angles there. Like, that's something that, like, even I sometimes struggle to. It's a discipline. You want to make sure you're actually paying attention to your angles. He didn't peek out too far. And literally separated 3 1v1s. Perfect. So much value in that round by him playing Calm Cool Collected. That was awesome. Sick, I'll just lurk for now. We'll try to be more active when you start playing. I got you, Noah. Oh!
Trees. She's
you had so much value that round, dude. It doesn't matter that you didn't get the ace. You got a 4K. Again, at the end of the day, you're just trying to win games.
Nice one.
You're trying to win games, trying to win rounds. It's not about like the 5Ks. In ranks, like, yes, it's awesome and you get more elo XYZ, but at the end of the day, you want to win every round. That's what matters. I actually think playing passive is one of the best things you can do in this game. But if you do play aggressive, there's nothing wrong with it, but you should be just playing aggressive with a homie, because your teammate, your Cypher that you're playing with over here is also playing passive. I think it's really smart to play and complement each other with your play styles, which is what's happening right here and why you guys are up 6-0. Wow, they just keep coming here. So you did peek this same spot last time. So let's see how you take this again. So they should know you are here because you technically threw a slow. If they were paying attention, they would know that you are up here. You're going to try to do... That's actually probably going to slow off your homie. Peeked out a little bit too far there, but that's okay. And then you peeked into to 3. You were feeling it from last round. I could feel it. You were feeling it from last round, and you went a little bit too wide swing there, but that's okay. You still got 1. You got 1. 1 is still okay. I always say, like, minimally in a round, you should be trying to aim for 1 kill, especially if you're anchoring a site. 2Ks win rounds, 3Ks win games. I always do bad wide swings. Maury says that's okay. It's just so trying to improve. Like right there, he just wide swung too. He had the round before, it was beautiful. Separated 3 1v1s. That round he couldn't help it. He swung out into too many. Oh, the 5 HP. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take a 7th round here. Another thing is you have your ult. This is another thing too. Like as a Sage, dude, if one of you are feeling confident in fragging and you're playing Sage, you want to try to use your ult all the time. Like you can use your ult, have a good round the next round, and then like have your ult again without, like, it's important. I do this too though. Sometimes you just don't find a spot where you can actually res. A Sage res is really good if you're trying to rotate through and one of your teammates are dead on the way in. And you're trying to rotate to the other site. That's probably your most value that you're going to get, because you can't really do it in the middle of the site, in the middle of a fight, right? You see a lot on the minimap, and your homie literally just held W up mid and got a bunch of frags. It's going well. I was cool with you not having gun out actually midway up that catwalk, just because I noticed your Cypher was already pushing the other side, so you were pretty safe to just kind of run around like a mad lad this game. I think you're playing it well, honestly. Like, no joke.
Just backside.
Oh, and he's dead. Okay, that was very confusing that he was already dead. Again, we haven't used a res. We haven't really had a good opportunity to use it. Yeah, somebody else should grab this. Literally anybody else that see, like right there. Like, I know that this is like nitpicking really, but like I understand you're up 8-0. I don't think you should ever give up the gas, especially in a ranked game. But you definitely should have been in the comms saying, "Hey, Brim, get this for your ult, so you have ult at the start of next round. Get somebody else get this." You guys just wasted an ult point again. You guys are up 9-0, but I do think it's important to try as hard as you possibly can. Okay, their enemy team. I don't know how you didn't make sound falling off that, but I would like to know that. I don't like this peek at all, just so you know. Okay, okay. I didn't like that peek at all because you had one single very itty bitty lane that you literally had nowhere to move. So if they peeked into you while you were in that specific spot, you're dead. You are dead, dead, dead. But because this team, you guys are just crushing them so hard that they don't want to peek you. It seems like you guys are just owning. I really do believe a lot of people like understand. Well, no, not like completely understand, but like kind of know what they should be doing and like wide swinging, that kind of stuff. That just comes down to individual discipline. I will say it happens a lot of times where like I'll be playing with Ted or whatever, and one of us is wide swinging like a maniac, and then like you just casually say to the other person like, hey, are you like swinging a lot? Like, are you full swinging? And it like you just need to be reminded. So I do think pep talks in between rounds. I think that's like kind of like the coach's job. Like if there's a coach on a team, they have to keep them disciplined and bring them back into the gameplay, the top level gameplay that they know that they can play themselves. I really believe that a lot of people can do that. But it's just remembering. There's like a little checklist, right? Like at the top, like wouldn't you think that there's like a little checklist that you should be thinking in your head? Like I should be doing this, you know, I'm about to peek this angle. I should do this XYZ. I'm gonna swing it quickly. But like when you start, it needs to become like a natural thing, or else there's too many things going on in your brain instead of figuring out what's going on in front of you and just winning.
Spike planted.
Oh,
I missed.
Nice try, dude. I actually really liked that play. Hold on. I want to go back 1 second. So okay, this is actually a good opportunity. So a retake. All right. So first things first, I noticed the retake. I really enjoy all the positions that we have right here. This is awesome. This is awesome. Everybody's got good timings. The bomb is not even down yet. You guys can barely see, but the bomb is not down yet. So we have unlimited time, and by unlimited, you know, we have 30, 40 seconds to defuse this bomb that's about to go down. So we can relax, we can take our time, and this is where calming needs to be huge. It's a 4v4 retake.
That was useless.
They did the useless wall. They did the useless wall, which you know. What you could have done, instead of just yeeting up here, is look at, you have no timings with this dude. So when you go and yeet up here, this guy has no chance for a refrag. And these guys are already kind of fighting this dude. So I actually don't mind the jump up here with these dudes fighting already. But like,
I missed.
You're taking a 1v1 in a spot where you're already down in numbers, which is actually kind of fine. But again, there was no chance for a refrag there. You heard the door being closed, so these guys were getting cut off. And at the same time, your timing was just a hair off from this guy being able to have any value off of your peak. Even if you get owned on your peak, it forces them to move their crosshairs to you. So even if you get owned, if you had gotten owned like 5 seconds later, that guy could have had a spot where like they're making this comm of you jumping up. He could have peeked out while you're jumping up, and he could have gotten another refrag at the same time. So timings could have been a little bit better on this retake. Timings definitely could have been a little bit better. They got the one.
Nice. Phoenix was right hand side of side.
Everybody's winning their 1v1s. This guy's like in there.
Yeah, backside.
One enemy remaining.
And then you guys got the info. The last guy's behind you. This is a really good retake by these two guys. They weren't calming as much as I think that they should have. And you guys get the ninja defuse. Well, ninja defuse, aka the jet, is kind of baiting and could be. He could add more value. That right there, by the way, is why like I understand you want to play the flank. You want to win the round, guarantee a round by like planting and then doing this crazy elaborate go around. Like that dude, I'm pretty sure he might have been top A. He might have been lurking A that round, but like what is the jet doing here after the dude's already pushed in and stuff? There's just, what value did that jet have until the end of the round? He was putting himself in a clutch situation and didn't win the clutch. So like it just was not correct. So you've done this same thing a couple rounds. Are they ready for it this round? They should know. Okay, on top of the wall, 100%. Yep, nice. Okay, okay. You just...
Dude, that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Okay, you just bopped him, bro. Okay. I don't mind the stupid plays, dude. If you are feeling it, like, I think that's the thing, too. It's like reading the flow of a game. If you're feeling it, And you like, dude, that's still a good play. Is it the most optimal? No. But look at what can happen sometimes when you turn off your brain and you're just like, I'm gonna go frag. Look at what happens. I love that play. I love that. You guys are up a lot. Keep the momentum swinging. Totally fine. Totally fine with that play. Nobody cleared that.
God, I'm so
Okay,
bad
there
with
we go.
pistols.
There we go. I wish that you went up on top of your wall when you, the only thing I would have liked a little bit there was you go on top of your wall. Maybe help your team clear the whole hallway before you do the wall. But you had 4 in there. That was just a weird, very weird round. Donkey goes, I'm nuts. You are nuts, dude. What's up, Mato? So you guys are actually forcing here.
Yeah, there's some Jesus as well.
I'm actually cool with the force here.
Right.
Knowing how the system works a little bit, I think the max elo you
Rotate,
can
just
get.
rotate.
So you would get max elo up until a 13-3. So you guys have 2 rounds to still get like the most max elo you can get. So I actually don't mind a save here or a buy.
Oh, fuck them.
I feel like a save probably would have been a little bit better, so then you can guarantee, because I think your rifle rounds you guys are just owning. So if you guys were just owning in the rifle rounds. I will say you guys already noticed that if you go to one spot and immediately go to the other,
I don't know why I
that's
peeked
fine.
it while I was reloading.
Yeah,
That's stupid.
you were peeked while you were reloading. You did it because
Peeked
you
for
thought
CT.
your teammates were there with you, so you felt extra safe. Even though in your world, like your life, your world
Nice
in that
boys.
spot, you obviously don't want to be out in the open, because then you just die for no value. But that's totally, again, you guys kind of rolled them. Absolutely kind of rolled them. Again, Ducky, thank you for sending in those the clips. I don't know if anything I said was actually relevant or had value to anybody out there, but I'm just speaking and giving you guys kind of an insight to how my brain works and how I would see these different scenarios going on.